Why we had to do him like that, bro? Why we had to do him like that? You listening to the All Burgundy and Gold Everything post-game show powered by the Urban Sports Scene and Fox Sports Radio, 96.9 FM and 1340 AM, Hopewell, Virginia. The Washington Commanders put a beat down on the Carolina Panthers 40-7, bro. We gave them 2 dubs. We gave them 2 dubs.
Took them.
With a 7? With a 7? They had to roll out a 7? Bro, I'm Wole. I'm joined by my co-host George. And also we got DH from the Breaking Command podcast. What's going on, fam?
Ooh, yeah. Dig it.
I sure can. You know what I'm saying? Don't sound like the dudes that we on crack. You know what I'm saying? Don't sound like the ultra warrior, man. Don't do that.
Right.
George, how you feeling?
Oh, let me tell you something, Wole. This really, except for the major issue that I'm sure we're gonna spend some time about, this was almost a perfect game. And honestly, a lot of people owe Marcus Mariota an apology, but we can get into that later.
Yeah, I'm one of them. It's okay though. You know what I'm saying? Paul, hey, we got people in the Paul said, "What up, DH?
What up, baby? What's good with you?"
What's going on? Paul also put out there 5 and 2 time to make moves. Hey, we're gonna talk about all that, Paul. Paul got a question for the show, so I'm gonna give Paul his his respect and make sure I ask this question. You say, George, relax. Everybody, look. Talking about Mariota. You talking about Mariota. We do need to give Mariota his flowers. Look, man. Y'all know I've been the one. But before we get into the game, let me get into some particulars. Hey, subscribe to our podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and other podcast platforms. Just search All Burgundy and Go Everything. Also, tweet us at ABG_everything. Hit us up on IG and TikTok at ABG_everything. If you are on YouTube right now, hit that red subscribe button, like this video, but probably y'all are already subscribed. So
yeah, they like
hit that like though. Likes always good. Like and comments, man. Always works well, man. Like and comments. Also, this episode, this postgame show is being streamed on the Urban Sports Scene X handle. You know, so give that thing a follow too. You know what I'm saying? Always go out there and support the Urban Sports Scene. All right, man, let's get into it, man. Hey, you know what? I believe in going to the guests first. So my man DH, man, your overall thoughts on this lovely game.
Hey man, first of all, I've been here enough. Am I still a guest? I guess I am.
Oh, you know what? You're not, man. You know what? Man. You a reg. You a reg. You know, you can keep it 100. You a reg.
I'm a cousin of the show, man.
You cuz. You cuz, man. You cuz. You cuzzo. I don't like you cuzzo.
Know what it is. Cuzzo. Hey, look, man. First of all, man, of course, I appreciate you for having me back, man. One half of the Breaking Command pod, a DND football podcast. You're also watching live on our channel too, man. I love this technology stuff, man. We simulcasting everywhere, man. I'm loving it. It's beautiful. First thing I gotta say, man, listen, this team is something that we haven't seen here in the DMV in some years. Jaden Daniels went down early, and it felt like nothing happened. To put up a 40 burger on a bum team, this is what we all have been saying on every podcast since last week. This is the game where you take out everything you had after losing to Baltimore. On this team. This was the homecoming game. They retired Darrell Green's jersey at halftime. All the alumni was in the building, and you come out and you smoke them 40-7. No mercy. I really wanted that shutout, but it's okay. Beggars cannot be choosers, but I'll take what I can get. I love the way they work. The defense stepped up, made that Dante Fowler had a game.
Great hit a game, bro.
Played like a grown man this afternoon. Love to see it. It feels like they're hitting their stride. And this is the thing. You're supposed to beat these teams like this. You dog them. Yep. You go into their house and you eat their dinner that's on their table. You go in there, you take out the trash because that's your house now. Walk in your trap, take over your trap, even though we was at home. You force your will on them. But I'll say this, man. I want to leave you with this. I want to leave you with this stat. The Commanders have scored 40 points 2 times this year. In 7 weeks. In the past 10 years, the Commanders have only scored 40 5 times. This offense is trending in the right direction. Cliff Kingsbury and Dan Quinn has these guys under control and in motion. And Joe Witt has finally came in, flexed his abilities on this defense. They're making plays, and I'm loving what's happening with this team. And I cannot wait for 425 next week against the Bears.
George, man, I got DH. I want to get your overall thoughts on the game, bro.
Well, hard to follow that comprehensive and outstanding report by DH, but I'll do my best and just say it is something else to watch a team lose their franchise quarterback, even if it wasn't to a major injury, and not only keep rolling like nothing has happened, but dominate in every phase of the game. You know, that is the sort of, you talk about a culture shift. There's another example of it. Not that we need any more, because we've seen so many examples of it this first 6-7 weeks of the season. They don't let anything break their stride. And even last week when they lost, they were still fighting it out right to the last second and made a game of it against one of the best teams. And now, and of course, we'll hear it all week. Oh, it was only Carolina, blah, 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 blah. We will hear that nonsense all week. Like DH said, you're supposed to stomp a team like that, especially when you're a contender. And they are a contender. Yeah. That's the other thing you should walk away from. Sure. They still have a pretty good grip on this division, even though Philadelphia won today. They are still the favorite to win this division, and they can start looking up at the standings as much as they're looking behind them, in my opinion. And I am so impressed with the game that Kingsbury called and that Marcus Mariota executed, because I did not see that coming. I, like everybody else, was going, well, maybe we can just get through this game somehow. And we didn't just get through this game. Marcus Mariota looked like he's been running this offense for 10 years. Yeah. And at Washington just there was hardly a drop-off at all at the quarterback position. So I have confidence in Mariota going forward if need be. And I have even more confidence in this football team winning next week and getting on the kind of run that can put them right near the top of the NFC.
I agree with Creed. Mariota gets the game ball. I mean,
we'll get
the game ball passing out, but yeah, definitely. Well, he played well. So, let's see. I almost got the score right. I see. Yeah, you almost did, Mike. I'll give you credit. So for me, I was just highly impressed, man. Like, we blowing out squads. Like, this stuff is crazy. Like, it's amazing. Like, what we're doing to these teams now, man. It's like DA said, like, we scoring 40, man. Like, that's what I said like earlier. That's what I said in the pregame. This is the perfect storm. This team plays horrible defense. Washington can score on anybody. This is what we're supposed to do. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I won't lie, when I keep, if you consistently listen to my views on Mariota, when he came in the game, I was like, oh crap. Like, I'm like, oh man,
is this where the shoe drops? Is this where we wake up? Is this where the fantasy ends?
Yeah. So I'm like, oh, here we go. And they stick to the game plan, they run the football, but Mariota makes plays throwing the football. Like, I think the end of the half, when they go for, like, it's like they're just trying to get a field goal and he leads that team down for a score. I'm thinking we just getting a field goal. Like, okay, Mariota doing all right. We're going to get a field goal. No, that wasn't it. He hits Ertz for a touchdown. And I'm like, oh.
That was fantastic.
Dang.
That whole drive.
I was like, all right, Mariota in his bag. Like, this is good, Marcus Mariota. He in his bag today. So it's just good. Like, now I do want to pump my brakes when it comes to saying, do I trust Mariota? I said we started off saying that the Panthers have one of the worst defenses in football. So you gotta preface it by saying, like, how much can you trust in terms of, but you don't trust the backup. You're not supposed to trust the backup that early anyway. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. But I'm saying, like, but this is a good showing for Mariota. I thought it was a good showing for the whole team, though. I thought it was inspired football. I think that what you saw with the defense giving up 7 points. Now, people are gonna say it's just the Carolina Panthers, but the Panthers have been able to score on people with Andy Dalton as the quarterback. They only scored, they scored 0. I don't count that 7-point garbage because backups were playing. So they really scored 0 to me. When the game was competitive, when people were playing competitive, they scored nothing. So to me, like, I think you can say, this defense has turned the corner around a little bit. Man, my man Forbes had a pick. You know what I'm saying? Like,
about that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how you get out your own head. You can just see the confidence. Right there, Timothy. Yeah, Fowler. Look how he played, and DH mentioned it earlier. Fowler was playing out of this world. Like I've been as a player, I've been negative on, but he had he set the tone. The pick six, that multiple pressures on the quarterback. Don't get me started on my tribal chief, Frankie Louvu.
Oh, yes.
Who played against his old squad and put in work. You know what I mean? So he bounced back. A lot of people were like, "Where's Frankie Louvu after the Baltimore game?" Well, Frankie Louvu was here.
Yeah,
he was here. He was here in Northwest Stadium. That's where he was at, doing work. You know what I mean? So to me, overall, I was proud of the work. I just felt like they did a great, all around. We talk about this team, and the reason why George says they're contenders. They played 3 phases of football of late. That's what they've been doing. And again, 3 phases of football. But the kickers done well. Teams was doing other elements, and teams were doing well. Defense creating turnovers. And the offense giving you 40. Come on, man. What else you want?
Wally, let me jump in here and say this. Let me get in here. Man, listen. All the talk about what the team was, who they got on their team, bro. They gonna all get paid tomorrow. Everybody else on that field today is getting a check. So I don't care. Like I said last week, we can't pick our schedule. We can't put cupcakes on there. It don't matter. We gonna play whoever's in front of us. So if the Carolina want to suit them up and ride them up 85 to come play us, okay, then that's what we gonna play. I don't care if you bringing the 85 Bears or the 90 Giants. You know, you want to bring the 2000 Ravens, it don't matter. We're going to suit up and play whoever's in front of us. So I love it. That go back to that argument. Well, they haven't beat anybody with a over 500 record. So what? We can't pick them. This is what you're supposed to do. We're supposed to lose. You're supposed to go out there and smoke these guys. And that's what they did. So I love the way this worked. And these are the types of games that you go out there and you win these games. Because if it gets harder late in the season, you'll be glad to know that we went out and won this game. You'll be glad to know that those points, if it comes down to a tiebreaker and points are matter, it's those points. George, to your point, man, having Mariota come in and play and it looks seamless. I think this goes all the way back to the offseason when Dan Quinn got hired. And what did they say they were looking for? They were looking for their type of players. They were looking for commanders. They were looking at guys that whether it's the starter, the backup, or the third string, they look like it's seamless, and they're supposed to play the same way in the same style. Marcus, they did not change up any of the play calls with Mariota in there versus Jaden Daniels. Mariota looked spry. He looked like he was ready to play. He took a couple hits, but that's a part of the game. The offensive line played ridiculously well, gave him some time that even my wife was like, what are they doing? Like, why does he have so much time? but not in a bad way. I got you. Because football, them plays are over pretty quick. Yeah, standing back there like, oh man, what am I gonna? I'm gonna eat a can of Spam after this because I'm from the island. We love Spam in the island. You know what I'm saying? Like he was back there having he was having a great time back there. So I said all that to say is that they have found their guys. The roster completely flipped. They went and had to build up their guys. And they didn't have to change any of the play calls. They went in there and played their style of football. This is a game where you enforce your will, and that's what they did. It looked great. They were balanced. They ran the ball effectively. They passed the ball well, like you said, Wally. That's that drive in the second quarter to go down and score with Ertz.
That was it.
Mariota was poised. They didn't even burn that time out.
Nah.
They got up.
Yeah, that was amazing.
They got up. They were able to call the play, get set, get situated. And this team looks very different than the teams we've had in years past. Teams that we've had in the past years have not been prepared. They've not been ready for these types of moments. And this team, in every point, in every facet of these situational football games, they are confident and they're ready and poised. And I love that about this coaching staff. And it's only saying good things for us as we continue to ascend through the season. It's making us look very well, and I'm so high and I'm so proud on us, man.
This defense.
I'll get to you, George. Dimitri.
Shout out to Dimitri. That's my guy.
Historically, man. These were the games we would lose. The fact that we won the way we did shows the changes in the right direction. So yeah,
absolutely.
Hey man,
let's go. Hey,
Wally. Let me tell you something real quick, man. My guy, that's my guy, Dimitri, man. That's our coworker, man. Shout out to him, man. It was one Tuesday, man. We came in and we talked. No, it was a Thursday. We talked Commanders for like the first 2 hours of work. We ain't do no work. We was just talking because it's some of those same things. It was those same sentiments that those are the games that we would lose. We're not expecting to come out and put our foot, like even teams of past, like
the Bears last year.
Bro, we were 9.5 point favorites. Like,
we were one of the biggest favorites on the board. I think maybe even the biggest.
That's what I'm saying. So it's games like this where even on paper we look better than them, but we would play down to their level. This game may have been a 20-7 game in past. This game may have been a 27-20 game. You know what I'm saying? They came out here and said, y'all are not good. We are going to beat the brakes off of you. And that's what they did. This game was over in the first half. So it didn't matter. Jaden Daniels didn't need to come back. And they still came out and put their foot on their neck in the second half and said, we still want to score more and still want to beat these guys. So like Dimitri said, man, these guys they got a different mindset. They got a different motivation. They come out here and they want to win. And I think they're feeling it now. They feel like they can go further than what all the fan base originally thought they were. And I think now they're believing that they can take this team to the next level.
I know. I believe it. Paul said this team is embarrassing. Totally agree, Brody. Utah said soak in this moment. We haven't had this type of season in decades. Totally agree. We win it easily. I know, bro. It's like the stress level is not around like that. We've been in heart attack games for the last 25 years. Totally agree, bro. Totally
I'm able to relax when these games are on. Like I'm just chilling on the couch. Like I'm texting you. Like I'm like, bro, like, yeah, man, what are we gonna do this week? What are we gonna talk about? You help me book this guest. Like, bro, it's cool. Like it's like I'm telling you, bro. And then the whole thing, and I watched a piece of Darryl Green's not Hall of Fame, his jersey induction. The way he said, he's like, man, this team means so much to the area. This team means so much to fans that have suffered long. And bringing everybody back in together, making this a winning fan base. People are not ashamed to wear their Commanders stuff. The flags are flying high, man. People are excited to be a Commanders fan. And it feels so good to win these games and be able to go through the week. And I'm looking forward, like, bro, every week, every Sunday, I'm looking forward to these games, man. I love it so much, man. I'm so proud of us, man.
Utah said,
yes, sir.
Playing golf.
We already looking at it.
Nice.
We seeing where all the golf courses are. We hoping that we can get to Green Bay early in the year if that's where they're gonna have the game. And we're trying to get it popping, man. Shout out to my guy Utah Cody, man.
Hey, George, go ahead, bro. It's on you, George.
This defense gave up 61 yards on the first possession of the game and gave up 119 for the rest of the game. That is. I don't care how bad the team you're playing. If you hold anybody under 200 yards in an NFL game, your defense has done serious work. Now, yes, we'll see what happens when they play the Bears and that varied attack because they got weapons, the Bears, a bunch of them. But seriously, I don't care how bad the offense is. You don't see that. You don't see teams get held to 200 yards or lower in an NFL game very often. Washington did that today. They barely missed a shutout, which would have been the first one since 1991. Folks, let me tell you, it doesn't. And this defense only's got to get a little bit better, and they can beat anybody in this NFC. Anybody.
Georgie, the point that you mentioned about this defense, man, like I feel like while the team went out and forced their will, this is a good confidence boost for this defense because they only hold them under 200 yards. Think about the confidence boost that it got for Forbes. Right, being able to get that pick, and then Dante Fowler to be able to have the outer worldly game that he had today with the pick six, bro. Like think about this. This is the game where the defense can now lean back and be like, look, man, we can actually play good football. We can hold teams under 200 yards. All we have to do is just play our defense and play within ourselves, man. It was just like every possession, Andy Dalton was under duress.
Yes,
every possession. I don't care if they want to suit up garbage men to play offensive line. That has nothing to do with me. You attack whoever's on the other side of the ball. So they went up there and played outstanding football. And this defense should really be able to sit back and be like, yo, we should be able to stop anybody. If we play this well, we should be able to stop anybody. And they're gonna definitely have a challenge next week against the Bears. But this is something they can look at, man. They look at the film, figure it out, and get it done. Because they should definitely have a confidence boost this week after this game.
Yes, definitely said. And Shelly put out there, "What's up, Shelly?" Said this defense needed today so bad.
Absolutely.
I agree. They did.
Yes.
I feel like they definitely did. And I want to like piggyback on that about the defense. That I feel like now they can look at the Ravens game and say, well, we played the Ravens. You know what I mean? Like it's like I guess it's a different offense. Some offenses you're going to take the L on. You know what I mean? Because they did before the Ravens game, the body of work on defense was improved compared to what we saw at the beginning of the season, right? Against Tampa and whatnot. But we were saying that like, yo, this defense is getting better. And then the Ravens game hit, and they were like, oh, maybe not. You know what I mean? But now we could say like they played the Ravens, right? So you look at to your point. Yes, you could say that the Carolina Panthers are in disarray. That's a fact. If you want to be that type of person, but also if you got to keep it a buck though too, and say like the Carolina Panthers were having issues scoring on folks with Andy Dalton as a quarterback.
Yep,
like they weren't. They've turned the football over at times, but they've scored. This team shut the Panthers down. That 7 points was just it was a charity 7.
It's a formality.
Yeah. They shut down the Carolina Panthers. They made an NFL team look small, meaningless on offense. You know what I mean? Their defense made an NFL offense look meaningless. They said Chuba Hubbard, you're not going to beat us. They took him away. Like George said, that first drive, that first drive, they had a rhythm. As soon as Dante Fowler had that pick, changed the whole momentum of the game. The defense got their mojo going, and it was just, they were rocking. So I feel like this defense kind of is going to, like what they did today is going to set the tone for the next couple of weeks. You know what I'm saying? Because this is another thing. You're not going to see an offense like you saw in Baltimore in these weeks. Like, so basically you're going to see offenses that are kind of right here. You know what I mean? They're not bad offenses, but they're not juggernauts. So they're going to be in a situation where I feel like this defense can get even better as the weeks go on.
And teams are now settling into who they are. Right, almost halfway through the season. Halfway through the season, teams are settling into who they are. Pretty much who they are is whatever teams that they're playing. They're pretty much at their level of what they're going to be, unless teams add people at the trade deadline or get rid of some people. But teams are settling into who they are, and now this is a good barometer to be like, hey, we know what we can do now. We know how good we can play, and we just have to lock in. Like you said, Wally, the offenses left are not as good as Baltimore. If I'm looking at the schedule correctly, they don't play another top offense.
Yeah,
the rest of the schedule. I mean,
Philadelphia, when they're good, can be a good offense.
But I mean, at the moment, they're struggling on offense. But you're right, though.
The Saints was a good offense for 2 weeks of the season.
They stink now.
Exactly. Atlanta can score points, but they're not. I'm not scared of Atlanta, but I think they're the best team remaining on our schedule. You know what I'm saying? So
offenses or just in general?
Just in general, I feel like they're the best team left on.
I think Philadelphia is a lot better than them, but that's me.
It's close. It's close.
Even.
It's close.
But I'll say this, man. Like I just feel like, man, this team knows that they're a good team. And they're playing with that swag, that confidence. You know what I'm saying? When y'all know how it is, man. When you get a fresh cut, you got a new outfit.
I'm bald headed now, but I had fresh cuts like that though.
Still, bro. Even if you got the beard, nice.
Yeah, you're right. It goes. Yeah,
man.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
And you got a nice outfit, or you got a new pair of J's on, the car cleaned up. You just feel confident. You got that swag. Can't nobody tell you nothing. You just go out there and do what you do. So, like, I feel like that's how they are now. 3-0 at home, bro. When's the last time 3-0 at the crib?
Bro, we undefeated at home too. That's a thing now.
Yeah, unbelievable, isn't it?
Unbelievable.
Undefeated.
Like we got home field advantage. What?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Come on, dog.
Was there any blue in that stadium? I saw like a couple blue jerseys, and that was it.
And most of those Panther fans were people who from the South that probably live here and was like, my team coming to town. I can't get down 85, so I'll come out here. Man, I'm telling you, man, we got the home field advantage back, man. Fans like going to the games. They like being there, and it feels better now spending that $200-$300 when you might get a 40 burger out the game.
True.
It's okay sitting in that 214 traffic when you know that the team gonna show up and they're not gonna quit on you like teams of past have. You might buy a $20 beer and chicken tenders and fries, if you hungry, or pay for a $7-8 water because you enjoying yourself. You know what I'm saying? It hit different now.
Yeah, you in that vibe, man. You definitely in that vibe. My man, Jeremy Lee said, I went to the grocery store early in the game because I wasn't worried. Last year I was going because I was disgusted.
I
I've been there,
I
bro.
was
I've
doing
been there.
laundry during the second half.
I've been
I was
there.
doing the same thing. I was walking away doing laundry because I didn't have to worry about it. By the way, was that Dante Fowler out there or Mikhail Baryshnikov? That little move he put on there when he picked that pass
Look,
off,
man,
jumped
you
over
heard-
that guy, and then scooted.
You heard what Darius just said? You heard what Darius just said? He was feeling himself. He was feeling himself. He felt good. Shoot, Marcus Mariota felt himself on that last play when he got smacked. He tried to hit the little spin. I was like, oh, Marcus, chill out,
He
bro.
hit him with the boom. I was like, okay.
Yeah, Marcus was feeling himself. He thought he was back.
Chill out, old man. Chill out, old man. Relax.
Come on, chill out, bro. Listen, come on, relax. Shelly, like Bears fans are crying right now. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, they will. I know that. Well, it depends. They seeing Caleb. I mean, I'm seeing not Caleb. Seeing Jayden.
I think Jane's going to be all right. I think if he absolutely had to get back in there, he could have. He didn't have to, so why risk him?
Yeah. Jeremy said home field advantage despite it being a below average stadium. I mean, look, I'm gonna tell y'all for real talk. If they win, folks will come.
That's right.
That's what I'll tell you. Shelly, more like 450 to 500 for nosebleeds.
Hey.
Yeah.
I believe it, man. Because looking at some of them tickets, man.
Fowler was a beast. Yeah, it's a beast.
Looking at some of them tickets, I know it's gonna get a little expensive down the stretch.
Yeah,
so, especially next week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Hometown kid come home. Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
Top 1, 2. Yeah, definitely.
Bears fans talking crazy about Jayden on all the dadgum time. They need.
I wonder. Well,
they need an attitude adjustment in the worst way.
I wonder how that's going to turn out in terms of like attendance, because Bears fans do travel.
Last year, Bears fans traveled very well.
Yeah,
to that game. But I'm hoping.
But that's because it was Thursday night.
Yeah,
which is probably the worst for Commanders fans showing, especially for a team that's not any good. Yeah. That this is Sunday, even though it's 4:25, I think we got a way better chance of keeping the Bears fans out.
Yeah,
but even last year at this point, it was still early in the season. We wasn't as bad.
Yeah, we were out. We were out of it. Nah, we weren't out of it either.
So we weren't out of it until that game.
Right. Hey, Shelly, I ain't gonna read this one, but Shelly's like F the Bears. I'm with you. I got you.
Wow.
It's their fans and the way they've been talking about Daniels that I got a problem with. You know what? Because I like Caleb.
I'm not even on social media hard enough to like look at Bears fans because everyone's telling me this and I'm not really paying it any mind. So I'm like, because it was all the smoke when folks were talking about the voting or whatever, and they said Bears fans are big mad. I'm like, why are they mad for? They've been complaining. I was like, oh, I didn't even know. I didn't know it was a thing. Gosh. I didn't know it was a thing. But
they have been running their traps on Commanders content creators streams and all kinds of foolishness on Twitter that I see getting retweeted, and you're just like, what's wrong with y'all?
Hey,
Caleb's doing good.
The one
Glenn said Glenn put out there. He was at the game. Glenn said the crowd was pumped today and was a lot of burgundy and gold than any Carolina blue, black and blue. That's what's up. All right, go ahead.
Look, Bears fans are especially mad because this is the 1 week they could have won Rookie of the Week and they had a bye. Darn.
Yo, facts. Big facts. Hey, Jeremy said Commander fans aren't selling their tickets as frequently as they were.
Very correct, Jeremy.
They're definitely not. So we talked about the injury. He had rib issues. And he left the game. I will ask this though, because he does run the ball. He does run a lot. He does run. Is it starting to be a concern about him taking NFL hits? Is it starting to be a concern? I'm gonna start with you.
You start with me?
Yeah, I'm gonna start with you. Because I'm gonna keep it a buck with me though, so I'm not gonna even tell you. Because of his frame, not because of like.
I'm not concerned.
Yeah.
However, I am a little worried. But I'm not concerned. I don't know.
2012 PTSD. Telling you, I'm keeping the buck. Yeah, Shelly. I'm keeping the buck. Yeah.
But look, man. I mean, this football. Yeah. He got to be prepared to take those hits. He will be prepared to take those hits, and it's okay. I'm not worried. I really and truthfully, I believe that rib injury didn't even. I think it didn't even come from the hit. I think it just maybe how he fell and it tweaked it.
Paul said he had a similar injury versus Missouri last year and came back.
Right.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying, man. I'm okay with it. I'm okay. I mean, that's the thing. He's gonna have to know how to carry his body. He's gonna have to know how to fall. You know, we may need to send him down to the Performance Center in Florida so he can learn how to take some bumps. You know what I'm saying? He might need to learn how to do that for his body. But that's the only thing. When he gets tackled, he need to learn how to go down, when to slide, and not the fact that because I think he's gonna get hurt or take too many hits, just to avoid the hits. If you don't have to get hit, just get down and live to fight another down. But I'm a little concerned. I don't want him to take too many hits, but just a little concerned.
I'll jump in out there and let you, George. I saw another play you're talking about. Then they showed. I watched before we started the stream. I watched a little bit of the post game show, and they showed a play that looked like it was a play that I didn't even think about it. It was a play that looked like he got hurt. And it wasn't even the slide. I thought he got hurt on the slide, like a weak slide. I didn't know what that was, but he actually looked like he got hurt before that.
It was when he got flipped, right? At the end of that run?
It was something weird. Like he got tackled, but it's like my thing is like I feel like I think this year is the year that would concern me about him being hurt. I just because I said this before. In person, he doesn't look as small. I mean, he's a little slimmer, but he doesn't look as
tall, bro. He's a tall guy.
He's real tall. But I would say, like, I think in year 2, he'll be able to absorb the hits better. I don't feel like we need to do so many design runs with him, though. I think I will say that. Like, I feel like we can cut back on the design runs with him.
Especially with B-Rob and Austin Eckler, because they run the ball very well. But I think they run the ball well.
Panthers so much. Yeah, I agree with that too.
They run the ball well because of the run threat of Jaden, right? So I feel like as long as you keep the run threat there, the run game will be effective. But he still has to have some design runs. I don't know how many, but I feel like the threat of him running is just as much as effective as him actually running the ball.
Yeah, I mean, you could say my man Paul says freak injury. I mean, a lot of injuries tend to be freak injuries, though. I ain't gonna hold like to me, a freak injury is when you don't get tackled. That's a freak injury to me. Like when you don't get tackled and you just get hurt, that's a freak injury to me. Yeah, that's a freak injury to me. Like that's a not hit injury. Like non-contact injuries to me.
Okay, then maybe the right terminology is fluke injury.
Okay.
I mean, any injury, that's what like any injury, I agree with Paul.
Yeah. Any injury, if you're getting tackled, you can get injured. You dig what I'm saying? Like, so I don't look at it like, I guess because we've normalized a tackle, like you got hurt on that. We normalize it. But to be real with you, any injury, if you're getting hit, is an injury. Like for instance, you may see somebody who gets hit, who gets glazed in the head and gets a concussion, but you've probably seen multiple worse hits to the head, and you'd be like, how did he get a concussion? That's fluke. You know what I mean? Like, so it just depends. Like to me, anytime you're tackled and you're putting yourself in that situation, you can be hurt. Because there's a lot of dudes who can absorb it a little bit better. Like for instance, Cam Newton on that play, probably he shakes it off because he's a bigger dude. So it's about that's what I mean. Like, and when I say this, it's not a knock on him. I'm saying like in year 2, his body will absorb that hit better because he'll be much stronger and he'll put more mass on him. That's all I'm saying. Like it's just maturity in your body. That's it. But I don't think that. I think this year, yes, I do have like some concerns about depending on like where because he can be vulnerable. I mean, he does run. When you run, you're vulnerable out there, regardless of in the pocket, whatever. You're vulnerable as a quarterback in general, period. You know what I mean? So now when you're a threat, defenses want to take their licks on you. That's just life. That's how it is. But go ahead, George. I didn't want to cut you off.
No, it's fine. I just want to say this. I am not concerned at all. Let's go back. He took some big hits in week 1. We were a little bit Yeah. He took the big hit early against the Giants. And then since then, up till now, not really taking a lot of big hits. He's been sacked a few times, yes. Right. But he's not had trouble getting down. He's slid when he's needed to. To me, this was a fluke. He kind of got folded up there, and then the RPO near the goal line, he might have taken a shot. But in general, he's been very wise. And for the most part, Cliff Kingsbury's been judicious in when he's used those kind of design runs, and he's avoided the big hit. This is not what happened with Robert. This is not like Jaden Daniels wasn't trying to truck somebody when it was a ludicrous thing to do. this was it was to me a fluke injury. And I understand why people are concerned. Like, I get what DH is saying, and I like the way he phrased it because I think that's the balanced view. But I do not want to take away anything from this offense that has made it so dynamic and so lethal. And yes, he's got to be a little smarter. Sure.
Yeah.
He's got to be a little bigger and be more mature. And then next year, that hit won't do as much. Absolutely, Wole. Mm-hmm. But, this notion that, he's been putting his body into – I saw somebody doggone it made me so mad. One of my best pals on Twitter did that right after he got hurt, saying, this is RG3 all over again. It's like, no, it's not. It really isn't. He's been a lot smarter. He's been a lot cagier. He's been using his head when he's been running pretty much since that big hit against the Giants.
Yeah.
This is not a trend. This is not a pattern. I want to keep the design runs. If anything, I think the one thing I would maybe cut back on is maybe cut a little bit back on the design runs at the goal line, because you're likely to get more of a bigger hit there than in the open field where you've got a lot more room to work with and it's easier to get out of bounds and that kind of thing. So I'm not concerned at all. And please, Washington fans, don't go back to 2012. Don't have 2012 PTSD like what Shelley was talking about.
Hey, Shelley,
Shelley's right about that. There's a lot of folks go straight back to that because it still haunts them and plagues them. This is not that.
Shelley, yeah. I don't think Cliff messed up. I ain't knocking Cliff. I think Cliff called a great game. I mean, Cliff made Marcus and Mariota look amazing, so I'm not going to ever.
Yeah, and let's remember this too. Unlike 2012, Dan Quinn didn't let him go back out there because I guarantee you the reason he's throwing that helmet down mad is that he wanted to go back out there. And Dan Quinn said, "Oh, no, you don't, mister. You're too important and too valuable to risk in this game." And look, and remember this, that shows confidence in the rest of this team.
Yeah.
That he's like, I'm not putting you back up there. It's only 10-0, but we're going to win this game anyway, which they did.
Go ahead, DH.
Nah, man, I think that's very important, man. Leadership, right? And I think that's something that Dan Quinn has shown throughout many points of the season and the offseason is that he knows what he's doing. Guys really value him as a coach. When he speaks on the mic, man, he's saying good, poignant things. He's being honest, and he's not gonna let these guys hurt themselves. He understands that this season is very long, and the mission is to get to the playoffs. And having Jaden Daniels go back in what boils down to be a meaningless game for him in the grand scheme of things, a 10-0 game that we went out and dominated. Why put him at risk? You know what I'm saying? Why put his health at risk? Why put his future at risk and the team's future at risk by putting him back in the game? So I think, man, leadership is a big thing. And Dan Quinn has shown, man, that he is an excellent coach, man. I have to really every time just give him flowers, bro, because I was one of the ones that did not want him. And it goes to show that I am a fan and I don't know anything. And the fact that he has came here and literally flipped the program upside down, has the fans back in the building, has us being talked about great throughout the whole league. He has really done a great job with turning a new leaf in the DMV. And it just goes to show you, man, that it goes to show how bad things were, but it goes to show that, man, leadership was taken for granted, man. I mean, it's the guy's a great leader, and he has done a great job with galvanizing his team as they head towards the playoffs this year.
Even when Ben Johnson said no, I didn't want DQ either. I would have taken Raheem Morris, honestly.
Let me send them Paul put out there. A blessing for JD, though. He saw the game and may have learned some things by sitting out. So.
Spot on, Paul.
Let's see. What did Shelley say? Shelley said, I still want to use our running backs more, though. I do, too. I think B-Rob's injury, they're trying to get him back into the flow of things. I feel like next week you'll get that type of.
I mean, he's guys. He had 12 carries for 71 yards and a touchdown, so he still was thumping out there. He was
killing. I think he'll get more carries. I think he was probably get a little more carries. I know what you're talking about.
And McNichols and Eckler deserve touches because they've been producing too.
But no, B-Rob was amazing. I mean, you could tell he definitely was a boost for the team. Like he was definitely a boost.
I love Brian Robinson, bro.
Too,
He for real, man. Like this team is so balanced. Like, and for us, I think, do we lead the league in rushing touchdowns? Like
we're pretty close
at the top. I mean, I know we have more than all the other teams in the our division combined. It may be different after today because Jalen Hurts scored a few today.
And Saquon too.
Yeah, but man, our run game is ridiculous. And then for it to be done so well out of the shotgun, man, with Jaden being a constant run threat, our run game out of the shotgun it's great, man. And then you would think at the type of running back that Brian Robinson is, man, for him not to be as effective starting so far back beyond the line of scrimmage. But Brian Robinson is very effective in the shotgun out of the run game. And I mean, the sky's the limit for him because you would think with Jaden Daniels throwing the ball or being able to throw the ball, they still make a conscious effort to give Brian Robinson double-digit touches every week and try to get him his yards, man.
No, I definitely agree. I see. Jeremy said DQ has earned my respect. He's earned mine too. You know what I mean? I've always liked I've always liked DQ. I thought that places he's always been at, he's kind of turned things around in terms of like I like what he did in Atlanta. I like what he did in Dallas as a DC. I just think he does well with his unit, and obviously, I feel like he's a guy that folks play for. And you can see that you can see
absolutely.
See what Jeremy hired. Yeah, Jeremy also put the hiring a former Dallas coach didn't go for the rest of the last time. Yeah, I know.
Norv. Oh God.
Marvelous Norv.
Oh God.
Him and the rest of the coaching staff they're all great. They're all great.
Oh, I mean, again, and that's the testament to this
Joe
offense
Witt,
today.
I'm starting to change my mind on Joe Witt. Like first I wasn't sure. I'm starting to change my mind on Joe Witt. This was a preseason game that counted.
It was in the second half. It really was.
It felt like it, Paul. I felt like it.
I mean, honestly, at 27-0 at halftime, it's like, man, if it wasn't for Jade being hurt, this was perfect. This was absolutely made to order.
Shelly said, "Did you hear Mariota after the game? After the game said this is a great place to work. They turned it around.
That's exactly right, Shelly.
I know.
Shelly, we're recording. Let me stop.
Yeah.
We didn't see any
cool.
of it. I'm just joking. I'm saying we ain't seen none of it yet.
I haven't. But
can't wait to watch it all.
What's
so that's fantastic. That's such a testament, though. And Dan Quinn deserves a lot of credit for that. Look at these guys that came and worked for him. All these former head coaches, and look at Joe Witt, who's like, "I'll run through a brick wall for this guy." I mean, that is just we're not going to talk about him, Timothy. We're not talking about him, Timothy.
I know what's happening. Like Jim's on. What's happening?
You're talking about Jim's on. Oh God. Gee. But I mean, and this offensive coaching staff, top to bottom, everybody, the receivers coach, Anthony Lynn, the running backs coach, Cliff, all these guys, again, very little drop off from the starting quarterback, who's a franchise player that we all think is going to be great, to the backup who's supposed to be a bum and washed up, and yet look at what they produced today. That is a testament to this offensive coaching staff, who has done amazing.
I feel like I have to properly apologize to Marcus Mariota. I know I said it earlier, but I feel like I have to.
Go ahead, man.
Dude, today will be happy.
Marcus,
you need to go full screen, man. Go full screen and apologize to him.
Full screen when we do it.
Yeah.
Right. Yes. All right. Hey, Marcus. I apologize, man, for like the evil, vile things I said about you as a football player. I called you a bum. I called you a scrub. I said that if Jayden was out and you were the starting quarterback, I said we would be trash. I'm sorry. I don't know any Hawaiian type of thing that I can do to show you my gesture of how bad I feel, but you're not Samoan, so I can't acknowledge you. So I don't want to call you acknowledge you like you my tribal chief, but you know what I mean? So I won't do that. But I want to say, Marcus, to the bottom of my heart, I apologize. If you ever are in places like Jasper's, because I mentioned some spots, Jasper's, we go into the spots in the hood that I like to kind of go in and have like a couple of beverages and whatnot. I don't know if you can drink, Marcus. You sound like a real good dude. So, but if you can drink, I got you a couple of shots at some Terramana. You know what I mean? Some Terramana, because I apologize from the bottom of my heart. Marcus, I'm saying this right to you. Wole Akinzo, I'm sorry. All right.
Standing ovation.
I've done it. Thank you.
Well done, Wole. That shows what a big man you are. Absolutely.
Hey, I'm sorry. In Hawaiian is Ikala Mai Iowa.
I see. I'm not going to try. Because Marcus, I don't want to mess up your. See, I feel so bad. I don't want to mess up your culture.
This is why we have DH on. He's very talented in things like this.
What I'm here
very
for.
talented.
Look, I apologize. There's so many people I want to apologize to, but Marcus, you're the one. You're the first. You know what I mean? I can apologize to Cliff, but I feel like we'll be okay.
Man, Wally, let me say something real quick, man. This past week, I watched the press conferences for the coordinators.
Yeah.
And Cliff and Joe Witt both look very motivated this week to set the tone. I think they both kind of knew and they seen on film that we should smoke this team. And nobody was saying it, right? Because you don't say that because it's NFL, right? But I think they both knew that they could really come out and do some things against this team. So you could see the motivation and the feeling that they had in those press conferences, and for them to go out and call the games that they did and play the game. I mean, it really looked like, I mean, the Panthers just, I mean, I don't know what that says about the Panthers and where they are as an organization, but they look really unprepared. They look lethargic. They look,
they quit.
They didn't want to be there.
Yeah,
they certainly didn't want to be there after about 20-0.
That's the word, Wally. They quit, bro.
Yeah.
Already. And
just after that interception, real talk, it was the pick. It was a pick six. They quit.
Fire sale at the trade deadline, man. They definitely need to reset that organization, man.
I agree. Soon. So Paul, you made JC Horn able to be on the block because they definitely quit. Dan Mama said, wouldn't be mad for Mariota to start next week against the Bears.
Nah, I'll be mad. I ain't
gonna lie. See, now you're taking my apology too far.
I'll be mad.
You're taking my apology too far. Now, see, Dan, you're taking my apology way too far.
Yeah.
I don't. No.
Relax.
I gave him a week. All right. Relax. I apologize for this week. The Bears defense is pretty good.
and Jaden is going to. I think Jaden's going to be ready. I think if it was really bad news, he wouldn't have been out on the sideline. He wouldn't have been cheering.
His mama tweeted that he's okay. His mama.
That's exactly right.
I mean, she's supposed to do that. I mean, it's nice, cool.
Yeah, but she's not going to sit here. I mean, if there was something wrong, she wouldn't have tweeted anything.
She's supposed to, though. Like, she's going to say, my baby's good. She's supposed to, my baby's good.
Something about her tells me that if there was an issue,
she'd let it be known.
She'd let it be known. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it there. Put a pin in that.
She would let it be known. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
I wasn't sure where DH was going with that.
I knew he was
gotten real interesting.
I know he was doing. I knew he was going. See, I trust you, DH. I trust you.
Thank you, man.
I trust you. I know you're going.
We locked in. Ain't no
we locked in, bro. We locked in. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just. But hey, yeah, Danny, we're not. I mean, my apology ain't going that far, bro. Like, we're not. I ain't say he now can start against the Chicago Bears. Have you seen the Bears defense?
They're a little tough.
They're a little tough, bro.
They're a little tough.
I think you're gonna need JD 5. You're gonna need JD 5.
But him coming in this type of situation, right? Like, that's the thing. You remember last year, there was quarterback issues all season, man. And to be able to go to the second quarterback, teams will fall off the face of the planet, man. But to be able to go to him in the game, in the situation, and really for him to play. And really, when you go to your backup quarterback, you just want them to be able to keep the pace, right? You don't expect them to do what they do. He had 200 passing yards coming off the bench. He went 18 to 23, 205, and 2 touchdowns. Ran some good 2-minute drives and was able to make plays late. But I mean, he played well in the backup role today.
Yeah, Jeremy. Daniel's mocking it.
See, that's where I thought DH was going, and I was like,
no. Hey. I was about to. I had to stop myself. I stopped myself.
Hey, listen, man. I understand. This is we're in the media now. We have to mince our words.
I know. It's why I stopped myself.
We have to make sure that we're saying things that are above board.
Right? Yeah, we can't be talking about players' moms.
Right.
Yeah, no.
Like that. We can't be doing that.
No, I'm not.
Brandon Coleman, Shelley, got a concussion. That might be the bigger worry than even JD next week.
That's a good point. Yeah, he did get a concussion. But Lucas plays well though.
No, I mean it didn't stop him from rolling through anyway.
Hey, here you go, Jeremy.
There we go.
I'm about to send her some of DH's barbecues. Hey, yo, chill, bro. Chill.
Don't be trying to get DH in trouble.
I do want to talk about my man Emanuel Forbes, man.
Yes.
INT. How good did it feel to see this brother get a pick? Real talk.
Oh,
like like we go with DH. How good does it feel? Like just to see him, knowing what we talked about this, knowing what he has, being part of the young generation where they all into social media, and knowing he had to see all the stuff that people talked about him, and he used to shut down his accounts.
Yeah.
Now he's back on, so obviously it weighs on him, and now like that pass. When there was a flag on the play, you were like, please don't pick it. Please don't push this interception, man. Please let this man have this.
Yeah.
Let him have it.
Yes.
You had to pick, man. Like, how good did it feel? You know what I mean?
So it felt good. It felt good twice, because the first time I was like, great, they got an interception. And then when I saw who got it, I was like, oh yeah, I was like, perfect.
Yeah.
I was like, he needed that, right? I think, man, like I said, this game is a confidence building game, right? They threw it right to him.
Yeah.
Caught the ball. I really wanted him to take it to the crib. I was trying to take it to the house.
Yeah.
But I mean, this just goes to show that like sometimes you just need these plays, man. This is what you can lean on and go back to and be like, man, you know what? I'm supposed to be here. I am able to play in this league. I am able to work within this defense. While I may not be the first option, whatever option I am, I need to get in there and be able to make plays. So whenever the ball comes your way, just be available and make some plays. I want to say, I was looking at the stats. How many tackles did he have? I think he had he had one tackle. So one tackle and one interception. And he did have a pass breakup. So like just to affect the game any way you get an opportunity to. And I think Dan Quinn has sold everybody on the team that, because you got to think, as many times as he and Jamin Davis have been healthy scratches, they could have been quit or they could have been asked to exit. You know what I'm saying? Sure. They're still here and they still show up. Jamin Davis was playing. Like guys are still locked in. So for Forbes, I love this for him. I love the fact that he's able to get some confidence back. And I'm just hoping that this adds on to him, because when that number is called and you get those opportunities, you're going to have to make those plays. And I love that for Forbes, man. Yeah.
We read a couple comments before we go to George. I was happy for him. I hate on him, but if it has to be a boost for his confidence, stay humble and keep progressing. Yeah. Appreciate you, Jeremy. Good work. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you hate though. That's what's up though. You do be hating though. I ain't gonna hold you. And I thought I'd be hating, but you be hating. Shelly, difference in great coaching. He needed the confidence, no doubt. Yeah, he definitely needed the confidence. I mean, and he's getting better coaching too. That's a fact. Yeah, go ahead, George.
I just felt relief. It's like, oh my God, everything he's gone through since AJ Brown, flambéed him in Philadelphia last year. That's all I felt. I felt relief. I was like, I'm so glad he got this. I'm so glad that flag didn't cancel it, because that was my thought. It's like, they're going to call some BS, doggone 5-yard illegal chuck call, whatever it is, and he isn't going to count. And I was going to be like, damn it. So I was just relieved for him. And look, if this is the start of it, if this is the start of things turning around for him, God knows we need it, because now we're getting to the point of the schedule where there's going to be some tough offenses that we're coming up against, and if he can be an asset to us, that lessens the need to trade for a corner. One, it might lessen the need for St. Juste to be out there as much too, and there could be a really good ripple effect from something like that.
He was out there. St. Juste was definitely out there. Yeah. But you know what? To his credit, because after that pick, he got more burned. Though I don't know, folks peep game. He was out there a lot after that pick. I'm talking about Forbes. So this is good, man. I think it's a good thing. Because again, regardless of what you think of him now, he didn't. Yeah, there were cornerbacks better than him that got drafted. Well, there's one cornerback definitely was better than him that got drafted ahead of him, but he was in the talks about being a late first round pick. You know what I mean? So it's not like y'all acting like y'all act like he wasn't a first rounder for real.
Right.
Like he was talked about being a late or early second. So he is a real first round pick. It's just you guys are still y'all hung up on Gonzalez, and it's cool. I get it. Like I get it, but I'm just happy for him because there is talent there. I don't think if you want to say whatever, that's fine. But he is talented. So it's just all about, like Shelly said, confidence. He just needs to regain some confidence.
In this defense, he'll be a playmaker, man, because like you said, man, you saw Daron Bland got all those picks last year. Exactly. And it's all about being in the right place at the right time. If he can continue to be in the right place at the right time, he can be electric with the ball in his hands. He can get the ball to the crib. So I'm I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do going forward, man. And Wally, I didn't know if you want to transition to special
Go ahead,
teams,
bro.
but I gotta give some kudos to Austin Seibert, man. Like
He's a
four
beast.
for
Man, I love
4
that dude,
today.
man. He
4
come
for
to Jasper's
4.
too. That man come to
bring
Jasper
him.
with me too.
Get some tiger wings, bro.
He get some tiger wings. We can shoot the breeze, bro.
4
That's my
for
homie
4
right
for field goals, 4 for 4 on extra points, man. He accounted for 16 points today. Man, I mean, the dude is man. Let me tell you what. Adam Peters, trust that guy because he knows where to find these guys, man. I mean,
Man.
literally solved the kicking problem.
Did he?
That we've had for years, bro. He
Yes.
solved that issue. And the fact that Seibert, like I said, man, as long as it go through the uprights, I don't care if it knuckleballs through, if it's a liner, however it goes through, man. But he's been a great find and he's been consistent. Tressway, before the game, he only had 1 punt. You know, he's punted 11 times this year, 12 times.
Incredible.
The dude, bro, I think this season might give him 5 more seasons at the end of his career, bro. Like he had the wear and tear on his leg is non-existent, bro. Compared to last year, you know how many punts, man? He was the best player on our team. He's punting 4 or 5 times every week, bro. But you know, he's doing well not having to punt. Yeah, that one kick was a little suspect. There was a little knuckler, but it got in though.
It got in though.
That's all.
I mean, his only kick was blocked. The only one he's missed this year was blocked. Austin Seibert is that meme where there's some girl crying. It's like, you saved my life. And then on the other panel, it's, hi, I'm Austin Seibert. He is that meme right now. Because we have had the kicking issues have been just, except for about 2 years with Dustin Hopkins, has been just a pandemic with this team for about 20 years. And this guy's come in and made, what was it, counting extra points, it's 37 of 38 now.
All I'm telling you,
insane.
All I know is that I'm so confident with dude. Like I don't mute my TV when he's kicking. I just chill. I used to mute my TV. I'd be like, y'all about to jinx me. I don't have time for this crap. I don't have time for it. But now I just be chilling and it be going through, and I'd be like, yeah, that's right. I don't be stressing. Like if we got a game-winning kick, I don't stress.
It changes the play calling.
It does.
Think about it. Situationally, man, it changes the play calling.
We've been at Deluxe, man. What's going on, bro?
Even if we go for it, even though, because I know we go for it a lot, but even if we go for it, if we're in field goal range, I'm still comfortable with them making the kick or them attempting the kick. So situationally, if you know you got, the cyborg there and he can make it, you know what I'm saying? You call the game differently as an offensive coordinator.
That's the nickname, the cyborg, as we call him.
Yeah, the cyborg.
I like that joint. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I stole that from Rio, man. Shout out to Rio, Rambling with Rio.
I'm giving credit. I like that. Cyborg.
The cyborg.
The cyborg. I like that. That's actually kind of dope. I mess with that. Yes, teams has been good, man. I'm all for that kicker, man.
And they're so scrappy, bro. I tweeted this. The special
Reed,
teams,
he smacked dude. See how Reed smacked
dude?
Oh
my god.
Yo, golly. That's fumbling forced.
Bro, the coverage teams are so scrappy, bro.
Yeah.
They look like they are enjoying running down on punts and covering kicks, bro. They are looking forward to it.
They enjoy knocking the snot out of people, that's for sure.
Derek Forrest almost had that fumble recovery. Like those guys are striking. Like our special teams is really scrappy, bro. And like that's the thing. Dan Quinn has had all 53 of these guys bought in. Like wherever they have to play, they're all bought in. They're prepared to play at any point on the field and do whatever is asked of them, man. So the special teams is scrappy and they all have bought in.
He's talking about the linebacker, right?
He's
talking about the linebacker.
I think that's
the lore. Yeah.
Yeah, he's been good. He's been good. Yeah, he's been real good. Yeah, man, I've been so impressed with this team. I'm not gonna lie. I've been so impressed. In terms of I think we kind of talked about it, but I know I said this, but I want to make sure I'm going to get you and folks in the chat, give me your 2 cents those too as well. Do you feel like this defense? Where would you put this defense at? Would it be bottom half, mid, or do you feel like it has the capability of being somewhere top 10ish? But I'm sure it's not top 10ish, but you know what I mean. So I'll start with you, DH.
So if we're ranking it, right, let me just do it because it'd be easy to understand. So if I'm going from a 1 to 10 scale with 10, with 1 being the best, 10 being the worst, right?
Yes.
I'm ranking it maybe at about a 6, right?
Okay.
So close to the middle of the pack, right?
Gotcha.
But a 6, a six a six could get it in most situations. A six can get it done.
A six can get it in most situations. Hey,
Yo,
that's nasty word. That's nasty word.
You are.
A six can get
I
it in
was
most
trying to
situations.
avoid it.
Oh, DH was doing so good and went right off the rails. Took the train right off the track, didn't you,
A
DH?
six can get it in most situations.
Oh.
hey, my bad. Go ahead, DH. That's my fault. That's me. I can't.
Hey, I set myself up for that one.
Mm-hmm.
Middle of the pack.
Hey, Paul, like,
Yo, Paul,
it
try
ain't
my
a pause
best.
joint. It's just like
That's wasn't getting by anybody.
that's
That
not
one.
even a pause joint. That's just him being like late night, like BET Uncut type joint. Hey, it's a 4. All right,
The
Shelly
defense
got
is
4.
middle of the road with the
Yeah, there
potential
you go.
to get. I think that the peak of their potential is maybe like a 3. Like I think they're not going to be the best defense,
Gotcha.
but I think they can teeter near the top of the defenses. But right now, I think they're 6. They're teetering right in the mid range right now.
Hey, he said, "Yeah, BET Uncut is crazy." Hey, I'm sorry, that's what it is, though. Hey, I used to watch this stuff in college. Hey, so George, you're next.
I'm going to try to be a little safer when I talk about this in DH. I'm just going to say this: if we're talking about the 32 defenses in the NFL,
I like the scale though. Let's do 1 to 10. I like that one.
Okay, well then I'm going to have them because I think they're still a bottom 10 defense today.
Okay, that's right.
I'm going to have them at like an 8.5.
Yeah. Okay.
They can be a top half of the. They can be a top half of the NFL defense.
Okay.
So their potential is like a 4 or a 4.5.
Gotcha.
And with this offense, that might be good enough for some really special things.
Gotcha.
They can't be. I can't go as high as you or some of the other folks that were saying. I can't go as high as a 3 using DH's scale because then you're talking about a top 10 defense. That's not going to happen. They gave up 37 to Tampa. They gave up 33 to Cincinnati. They gave up 30 to the Ravens. It's pretty hard to be a top 10 defense and give up 33 times in a season. So, but if they can be a top half of the defense, if they can get to 4 or 4.5, this is going to be a really good football team because this offense is not stopping. That's what today should show you. I don't care who the quarterback is. This offense is going to keep on cooking.
Yeah, hey Shelly, we're gonna work on getting other folks to talk out there. Probably gotta give out a link or something. I gotta find a way how to do it, the best way to do it. So because I don't want like
you need a screener.
Yeah, I gotta find the best way to do it. I don't know how to do it. Me and Glenn, we're gonna talk about it. Our other producer, we're gonna talk about it. You know what I mean? So we're gonna talk about that one. But how are we doing the scale again? Are we doing bottom to top or top to bottom?
So I did it that 1 being the best.
So 1 being the best.
1 being the best. 10
so
being
6
the
is okay. I got you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's easy for me then. They like 7 or something. They're like a 7. They're like a 7. Like if that's like the word, 7. 7's fine. They're like in that range. You know what I mean? Like I feel like they're not as bad. Like there's elements of them, right? Like I feel like they're doing better against the run. Because I think because the Charlotte, the Carolina Panthers are a good run team. You know what I'm saying? They're a good run team. So like I feel like Washington, what they did against the run, they took away Carolina's run offense, right? They took it away. So I feel like now I know that they're capable of doing that. Initially, I didn't think they were. Like I was just getting annoyed by like random running backs getting like averaging like 4 or 5 yards to carry. Like seeing what what Arizona did. Well, Connor's good. He's cool. But seeing what like what the Bucks did against us pissed me off. Seeing what the Giants did to us pissed me off. Like I'm like, granted, I'm not saying they bad running backs. I'm just saying like what Derrick Henry did to us, I expect. Like I know like if you're one of those dudes, I expect it. Like we play the Eagles, I expect Saquon to get money. Like it's hard to stop Saquon Barkley. You know, I'm not going to a situation saying we're going to stop Saquon Barkley. But Dan, I don't want to go in a situation where we play like Irvin for the against the Bucks, and I'm like, oh yeah, Irvin killed us. What? No,
a rookie in his first game.
Yeah, it's not a thing. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm at. Yeah, shit, I want the Bucks game back too. I ain't gonna hold you. I want that Bucks game back too. I want that game back. But yeah, I would say in the secondary to me it's still an issue because you got some. I mean, you have people playing the secondary that are in the secondary at corner. So it is what it is. Though I will give St. Jude's credit. I didn't hear his name being mentioned at all. That's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
A great thing.
That's a great thing, right? So so I think again, I mean, I'm not going as far as doing another apology or whatever. I'm not doing that.
Nah, he got to make a couple more plays.
Yeah, like
he made a lot more plays
for you to go full screen on that one.
Yeah, he ain't getting the full screen work on this one. That don't sound right. Pause. That ain't sound good either. Pause. That ain't sound good. Dang, ain't sound good at all.
Y'all so immature. Y'all so immature, man. Grow
That
up.
ain't sound good at all. I just had to stop myself. That ain't sound good. You know,
it's all your fault, DH.
I'm sorry. I said the
sound
tone.
good. Hey, Deluxe said all the position groups are improving each week. I agree, and the groups are playing together. Playing together better each week.
Yes.
I agree. They are. All the groups are. I agree with that.
They're hitting in stride, man. This is this section of the schedule, man.
You sound setting a bad example. I know I am. I'm sorry. Hey, Paul, I'm sorry.
This section of the schedule, man, it's kind of deceptive, right?
Yeah.
With the Bears and then the Giants and then the Steelers and then Philly and then Dallas, right? Like some of them teams, you may not know what you're gonna get. You may not know what type of team you're gonna get. Like the Giants played actually well in the first half against Philly today. Granted, they didn't score, but the defense played well. The Bears played well this week because they were off. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't got no love for the Bears fans, bro. Bears can get all this smoke, bro, especially the way they've been.
Yes.
Yeah.
They must be that bad.
Bro, they are upset that Jaden Daniels is getting so much love and they're saying that Caleb is not getting that love. And the whole thing last week was Jaden being the five-time rookie of the year, or rookie of the week, getting another belt. And they were mad because they felt like Caleb had a better performance. Now, depending upon who you ask, you might be right.
Yeah.
But if the vote is a fan vote, instead of them tweeting and talking about it, be about it. You know what I'm saying? It's just get out and vote. You know what I'm saying? Like, get out there and really show that you behind your guy. Y'all too uppity. No, but we don't do those things. Okay, well, we'll just win another rookie of the week. And
then they've been saying stuff like, oh, Caleb's got so much more of the offense he's going through, and Jaden's a one-read quarterback and other such absolute nonsense. They need to catch this L next week.
Okay, I'm gonna check it. Hey, I'm gonna check out your post because I ain't know this is third.
Yeah, this is a thing.
I mean, I support the home. I support the hometown kid always.
Yeah, and it's like nobody over here is saying crap about Caleb Williams because Caleb Williams is from here and most of us like him.
They were saying that Caleb, we're not worried about winning rookie of the week. We have bigger things to worry about, like going to
they right. They doing that type
in y'all division. You better hope you make the playoffs. With the way Detroit and Minnesota is playing and Green Bay is playing.
Paul said, DH, we don't talk about teams in the first place.
You're right. Absolutely.
You're right. Why are we talking about fans? Why are we talking about fans?
Paul.
You're right. My bad, Paul. You're exactly right.
You're absolutely right, Paul.
Yeah, you're right.
You don't talk about bums. Let me get back on track. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're right, Paul. You're right. You're right.
Look at Paul directing the show from the sidelines.
Man. He is, man. Paul's my guy, man. Paul know he my guy. Jeremy, Bears fans mad their best franchise quarterback is Jim McMahon.
They've never had a 4,000-yard passer in the history of the Bears organization. They're one of the oldest teams in history. They've never had a 4,000-yard passer.
Don't worry. Y'all have that with the Bowie kid. The Bowie kid like that.
That's right.
So y'all be all right, my guy.
And a loss to the Commanders.
Yeah, Jim McMahon. Yeah, it was cool. Jimmy Man Jimmy Man was a rock star back in the day, though.
I need to go get a headband and put it around my neck.
Yeah.
He was the punky QB.
Yeah, man. Jimmy Man was a rock star back in the day, man. He was cool. He was a cool dude. Always wearing glasses and whatnot. Jimmy Man was a dude. All right, man. No, I got Paul. Paul has sent me a question, so I'm gonna read out his question. See, Paul, I told you, I stay true to the game, man. Paul says, "Is Peter serious to make a move to compete with the Lions, Bucks, and Vikings?" I'm gonna start with you. Think he will be serious enough to make moves? I'm gonna start with you, George, because you're the move maker. That's why I'm gonna call you.
No, and I think again, you see the situation. They're only one game back of Minnesota and Detroit. They are a contender. They are a real contender in this NFC because they have a good enough offense and a good enough quarterback. So for me, I think you got to try. I think you got to be willing to make a deal here, as long as you're not as long as it's not a crazy price. And let's be honest, as we've talked about before, unless it's a Myles Garrett or Max Crosby, it ain't going to be a crazy price because you're looking at a receiver, you're looking at a cornerback or a linebacker. Reddick is off the board now because he's reported with the Jets and he's going to play with them. So unfortunately, he's off the board. But I think you got to do it. The facts on the ground have changed. You and I called it a rebuild, Wole. They called it a recalibration. It looks like they've reloaded, and you have an opportunity to win this division. If things could really break right, you might have an opportunity to get the 2 or the 3 seed and give yourself a chance for multiple home games in the playoffs. You got to go for it, and you don't have to mortgage the future to do it. A 3rd-round pick or a 3rd and a 5th in the following draft, and you can get somebody that might be able to tip the balance in your favor.
All right, I'm here. I'm gonna respond to that. I'm gonna go to DH first before I respond.
I agree with George, man. I feel like, this is the time where you really, either, for lack of better words, take a crap or get off the pot. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is where you determine, if you want to take that next step, this is how you do it. Now, something about, the organization tells me that they're not going to do anything crazy, right? Yeah. Adam Peters has done a great job of being able to get deals done and really coming out, on top versus being looked upon as the person to get the bad deal. So I really think they're going to take a smart deal, or they'll be able to really get value in whoever they get. And also too, man, I think at this point in the season, so many teams are either they're giving up or they're completely out of the mix, or they have coaching issues or something. Whereas I think you might be able to get a Max Crosby or a Myles Garrett for even something cheaper than what you may have originally thought you might get from them. I don't think we need an additional receiver, because I think the way our offense is set up, whoever's that receiver is going to get touches. I don't think bringing in a big time 2 receiver is going to change how the offense runs. I think the majority of the help is on defense, cornerback, edge rusher. If you can really answer some of those questions and add somebody to the mix at the edge rush position or corner, you go and do it. If there is somebody at receiver that you can take, cool. But I wouldn't mortgage the future on it, because I feel like the way our offense is set up, we don't need a superstar number 2 wide receiver, because the way our offense is set up, anybody at the 1 or the 2, and also too, I've seen people saying that and kind of giving that narrative, but it doesn't line up with how we play on offense. We don't have people dropping a lot of passes. We don't have people missing a lot of catches, right? You would say that if we did, I don't think we have to have a clear number 2 at receiver. I think whoever they throw the ball to is going to catch the ball. Like,
yeah,
that's the thing. So I just feel like they just need to have great guys that can contribute to the team. And I think once you get that, and once you're able to figure that out, we'll be fine. But yes, I think they will make a move at the deadline, bringing somebody in.
Jeremy said the best part is we won't hear any real trade scenario rumors because things don't leak out of Ashburn like it used to. Totally
Absolutely, Jeremy.
Jeremy. Yeah, sorry. Totally agree with you. Shelly said either GMAP loads up the offense or gives up on the defense for this season, or he tries to fill a QB hole. What did Glenn say? No deal needed unless you getting someone in the secondary and not giving up a lot. I'm kind of with the secondary move. I think that's where the move has to happen. Yeah, we can go from there. So I think if you look at, I think they're gonna look for a bargain. You know what I mean? So somebody's gonna have to they're gonna offer something. Anyway, Paul said, yeah, Paul, I don't think they're going receiver. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't think they're gonna go for a receiver. I know Michi could be on some cheap, maybe a late round pick, but I don't think they're not even thinking about a receiver. But I do think they're thinking about DB. And I feel like watching what I saw today, I won't even hold you. Like, Carolina quit. They quit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
J.C. Horn could be on the table. Now, I didn't think about it at first. At first, I was like, I ain't gonna take me on the table. After what I just watched, I know quitting when I seen one. That team was like, yeah, we done. We getting the first pick or whoever picking the draft next year. We're going for that. I can see JC Horn being over here. I can see it.
Because who wants, like, seriously, right?
I can see it.
When you see how the Commanders have turned the corner, right?
Mhm.
Guys on teams want to go to winners, bro. Like, who wants to? Like, nobody wants. Especially with the Panthers, their season is done.
Take over Travis Hunter.
Their season is
done.
Done.
It's over.
So who wants to sit through? And I mean, granted, it's a cool job to still have, right? To be able to get a check and you're good to go. But guys that really want to win, who wants to wait around and just hang out on the roster? If they want to go somewhere where they can actually have potential to play late in the season, and either right now or in the offseason, this will be a destination for some guys. Guys will want to come play here, and I'm firm on that.
Yeah, nah, I'm just greedy and don't trust 14. Yeah, I don't trust Olamide either.
You don't trust your own brother?
I don't trust my Nigerian brother right now.
God forbid.
I just think that I don't trust him.
To build on your point, DH, the teams that we've played that could be trading people, I think those players, having played us and seeing the energy on our sideline and the way Dan Quinn is with players and just everything that's going on, they've seen it up close and personal. I think there's a lot of those players on those teams like, if I can get traded to Washington, that'd be pretty good.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I know they are. I think because it's a different vibe now. It is. It's a different vibe. D. Mitty said Carolina tanking for Travis Hunter. Probably so.
D. Mitty's right about that.
That's fine, but who gonna throw him the ball?
I mean, is he
going to play corner in the league?
I'm telling you, he needs to play corner. He like that. He can play corner. He like that. George. Oh, here's Glenn. This is something Glenn says. Good point. Did you guys talk about Daron Payne playing well today without Allen? So let's get.
No, we have not.
That's like right. But I said this last. But I said this is what I said on the show. I don't think that it's. I said this earlier. It's just more on Daron Payne imposing his will. But I said it. Payne has made splash plays throughout the season.
Yeah.
Like it's not like I ain't gonna lie to you. Daron Payne pretty much did the same thing in week 1 against Tampa. He just missed some sacks. He did the same thing. Like if you want to keep it a bean, like Payne has been out there. We just that now. Allen ain't there, so he can do it. But he's been making splash plays the whole year. Like I said this, like you look at his grade, folks get mad when they saw his grades. The only thing what makes it different to keep it a buck is that like the overall defensive effort of the team. Now his number, he looks a little bit better. If Daron Payne giving you splash plays and they still giving up 40, are we talking about it? Or he giving up 30? Are we talking about it?
Bro, fans look at guys and they want the stats to back up what they think. But on the defensive line, bro, you can affect the game in so many ways without having a sack, without having your own TFL or tackles, bro. The thing is pressure, bro. You look at stats like hurries. You look at some of the advanced statistics about defensive linemen because Daron Payne can affect the game, bro. If he's walking guys back into the backfield and somebody else is getting the sack, that's good on him. That means he's doing what he's supposed to do. Exactly. If he's clogging the lane so quick that the guard can't go pull and then the tackle is made in the backfield, he's not going to get the TFL, but his guy got the TFL. So the way he's able to affect the game is awesome. And not everybody's going to get called. Their name's not going to get called. You're not going to get the hockey assist. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't count for you, but he has been affecting the game. He's fierce. He's ferocious. And I think everybody on this D-line should get credit because how they play today, bro, everybody should get some kudos this week, man.
Yeah. I think the real question should be asked, like, if you really want to say, well, Allen, this, that, and the other, the real question should be asked is, did you hear Darian Mathis or Johnny Newton more? And I would say, I really. Like they play, it doesn't mean they didn't play well. So when I say that, doesn't mean they didn't play well. You could just say that. That's the argument you can say. You know what I mean?
That 33-point victory should tell you that they all played well.
Exactly. Yeah. That's the point, right? That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah. So that's the thing. Like, just like when they played well against Arizona, you know what I mean? Like they played well against Cleveland. It told you they played well. So I'm just saying that it's easy to find that one person and try to like pick on. Like I say, pick on, but like say, all right, you're not doing what because there's a money element to it, right? There's a money element to it, and you pay this person this amount. You expect Aaron Donald, you know what I mean, or Lawrence, you know, say Dexter Lawrence, Chris Jones, folks like that, you know what I mean. So I understand that, but I'm saying in terms of saying that, like, has this person played? If we're saying this person has played bad, it's different from saying this person hasn't played to the money that they're getting. Those are two different statements.
Fans should stop worrying about who getting paid what. It ain't coming out your pocket, bro. Stop worrying about everybody's salary, dog. Stop pocket watching, bro. All these damn fans just be pocket watching, bro.
They do.
Like, bro, and the same type of people is the same type of people at your job. Man, I do more than him. How come he a grade 7 and I'm a grade 6? Like, bro, mind your business. Stop worrying about what people get paid, man. You pocket watching, man. Shut up and do your
Yeah, well, you got a salary cap though, so it does matter a little bit.
It does, but they ain't managing the cap. the guy that work out Joe Gibbs Parkway is managing it, bro. like,
go ahead, George. It's on you, bro. George, it's on you.
Sorry. I'm sorry. Shoot, I forgot what the question was.
No, it was about Daron Payne and
No, I mean, I think Glenn's right, and I'm glad he brought it up about Daron Payne. But I think I absolutely associate myself with everything DH said. That whole line was really good today, and even if Daron Payne wasn't making the play, he probably forced the play to where a linebacker could make it, or one of the other defensive linemen could make it. Mm-hmm. And I think you saw a lot of that today. Guys were forcing running back, ball carriers or receivers or even the quarterback into somebody else. Mm-hmm. And that's why you get the sacks, and that's why you get the turnovers, and that's why you get all those things. So, yeah, I mean, no, it wasn't what Dante Fowler did, for instance. But if you notice, I think it was Cleveland Farrell's the one that got the pressure on Dalton on that play. Yeah. And Dalton makes that mistake and throws it to Fowler, and all of a sudden it's in the end zone the other way, and away we go.
Yeah. Good point. I mean, it was definitely the whole squad played they played well. What Monica say? Don't say. What's happening? Deluxe said Washington has a plus 66 point differential through 7 games. Man, we killing it, bro.
And they're probably going to be the number 1 scoring offense when the dust settles this week.
Because we them. I'm about to go back on my Super Bowl tirade. We them. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna hate me. All right, so I'm gonna start with you before we wrap this show up, man. Hey George, who gets the game ball, bro?
Oh gosh, because I feel like I've always done the opposite of because like last time we scored. Well, the thing is, like the last time we scored, what was it, 38 or 40, whatever it was? I gave it to Frankie Louvu.
Yeah, what should I do, bro?
You know what? I'm going to give the ball. I got to give it to Marcus Mariota because we didn't expect that at all. And you know what? And we were all talking reckless on this guy, even though, let's not forget, he won a game on the road in the playoffs down 18 at halftime. There ain't a lot of guys that have done that, even the all-time greats. And he did that when he was with the Tennessee Titan. We all talked reckless on him. We all thought he was washed. We all said all sorts of things about him. I can't do better than Wole's apology, but on behalf of myself, I am very sorry that I talked reckless on you, Marcus Mariota, and I absolutely walk away from this game having confidence on you. He definitely gets my game ball.
Yeah, Jeremy gave it to him as well.
Yeah.
Hey man, because I don't want to sound redundant, I'm giving the game ball to Fowler.
That's a good one.
Absolutely.
Played outstanding, man. Interception with a touchdown. I had the stats up here and it went away. He had a couple tackles, man. He had a sack. I mean, he was making waves. He was around the ball, and he was just being very effective. So I'm going to give my game ball to Dante Fowler.
There you go.
All right. So all great decisions, man. All great picks. I'm going to give my game ball to Cliff Kingsbury.
Yep.
Because,
absolutely.
When we looked at the quarterback room, we were saying all right, man, if Jaden go down, we in trouble. And then Mariota didn't just keep so Jeremy said keep the ball rolling. He did, but it was more than that. like 40, bro. Like it was more than that. Like he was going scoring drives. Like I mentioned, like that scoring drive before the half was huge. Like he was so impressive. So I felt like, and it's not, and that's just creating an offense that makes it quarterback friendly, right? For that fits his skill set. So I'm gonna give Cliff Kingsbury so much credit, like to incorporate B-Rob, incorporate Senate, like to him getting his first touchdown. Eckler, obviously, just Ertz, like just the weapons that he kept utilizing. Terry was getting money too. You know what I mean? Like his offense and the success he had with Jaden, like running the football, like Jaden running he was going crazy. He almost took one to the house. Cliff Kingsbury had devised a great plan to a point where I'm looking at it like, all right, man, like, dude, I was very critical of you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna apologize to you. You got like a nice little lifestyle, so I'm not gonna apologize to you. But like, yo, like he's impressing me, and I'm gonna say it now. He is, because I'm gonna leave it with his track record has always been though towards the end of the season where teams tend to figure him out. But I told y'all a while ago, I'm gonna live in the now, and living in the now, like. There isn't a better, like, y'all can talk about Ben Johnson all you want. That's fine. Cool beans. To me, ain't no better OC right now in football. Cause like let Jared Goff go down. I don't think you get the same production from your backup quarterback.
Not out of Hendon Hooker.
Not like that. Not like what you saw today. Like I'm telling you, like I know I said against the Bears it could be a different look if he came in the game, but I'm just saying, like, I'm gonna go off of how comfortable Mariota looked within that offense and how Cliff made life easy for him. Nah, that's Mariota is in his. I mean, Mariota. Cliff is in his bag. He working it, so he gets the game ball for me. Paul got another question. You said, question. Paul, it's like the same question on the low, but question with the present roster: how do we match up with the Lions and Vikings? I actually think we match up okay with the Vikings. I'm not mad with the Vikings. Because I don't think the Vikings are like 10 times better than us at all. I think the Vikings have Justin Jefferson, but the running backs, I don't think they got a running back that I'm concerned about. The Lions are a problem because they're physical. The Lions are physical,
and they got it, and they're explosive, bro.
They're explosive. They got
explosive guys.
They got a solid. They got a good receiver in St. Brown, and they got a dynamic run game. That's the problem too. Just like it's similar to like. Other than not having Lamar, it's similar to what the Ravens put out there. They got good tight ends, good running game. They got two running backs, so their formations could be a problem to match up to their formations. So they can run out of multiple sets. They can pass out of multiple sets. They're difficult. They're difficult. But I would say the Vikings. I wouldn't say the Vikings are that much more difficult. I won't lie to you. I think the Lions are a problem. The Lions are a problem. The Vikings, I'm not scared of. And then McHugh the Buck, I'm really not that much scared. I'm not super scared of the Lions. I respect the Lions though. But I'm not really super scared of the Lions.
I'm gonna tell you why we can beat the Lions.
Go ahead.
Should we end up playing them? I think we've shown that we have a great ball control offense.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right. Brian Robinson, keep the ball. You know what I'm saying? And we're able to kind of really control the game. I think we're good. Our benefit to playing them, should this happen, is that we'll be able to if we can keep their offense off the field. Yeah. And if our defense can sustain. Also, too, man, like we provide great pressure against quarterbacks, man. Jared Goff can be had, bro. Like
because he doesn't move. That's what I'm saying. Like
he will turn that ball over.
Yeah, he will. That's what I'm saying. Like you make them. I feel like if you make all right. So different from like the Baltimore, like Baltimore, you have a dual threat quarterback in Lamar who's dynamic. Lamar, you may have everything schemed out right, but Lamar can do whatever, right? Like he can find lanes and he may run one or whatever. If you take away the run game from Jared Goff, he's a good passer. So I'm not taking that away from him. I'm not saying he's not a bad passer, but you make him one dimensional. In terms of throwing the football, he's to be had.
Yep,
he's to be had. Like what makes them really go is their run game. Montgomery, Gibbs, that's what makes them go. That's what it is. That is what it is. Like you take that away, they are very beatable. They're not beatable. They are very beatable. You know what I'm saying? Like they lost to Tampa, right?
Yeah, they lost to Tampa at home.
Yeah.
They're beatable. That's all. They're beatable. That's all. They ain't say they're not. Again, if you ask me, are they playing the best football in the NFC? Yes. I can easily say that. But are they like, is it like when we played for instance, this is like, it's wild, but it's the truth. They're more beatable than the Ravens. And if you felt like the Ravens were beatable, then you should feel like the Lions are really beatable.
It's going to be different football come January, right? Yeah. So I feel like, man, the teams that we're talking about now could be totally different, teams come January, because playoff football just hit different, bro. So I just feel like, man, we the thing is, Brand, it's just about getting to the dance. If we can get to the dance, I feel confident with us against anybody, because like we said, I'm not scared of anybody in the NFC. And literally the league as a whole seems just wide open. Yeah. I feel like, man, you catch the team on the right day, bro, you can just get beat. And I don't recall the league being set up like this early, where it's like it's wide open and so many teams are out of the mix, right? Mm-hmm. But the top half of the league is wide open. Games can be won. So I'm just excited, man, that we're actually on the good side. We're at the top, and we have the potential to be one of those teams standing tall at the end. Every week they come out, they look better and better. And I just love what the team has, what the team is now, man.
I mean, we're just a good team, my man. Buddha the King said, I think he said Daron gets the game ball. So on Instagram. So
shout out,
appreciate you. Shout out, bro.
Absolutely.
Any given Sunday they can, I'm saying any given Sunday they can get God, but it won't be easy. I ain't saying it's be easy. I just said that there are certain teams I'm scared of. Like there are certain teams that I'm like, it's gonna be really, really tough. Like super. Like I just feel like if folks feel like we can beat Baltimore, then you should feel like you can beat Detroit.
But Jeremy, your point about the receivers is why we need to trade for a corner, because now we don't have enough on the back end to consistently stop.
Would you say their receiving core as a whole is better than Baltimore's? Because I would say no.
Ooh, I would definitely say yes.
As a whole,
yeah.
They put up the Ravens put up about 3-4 receivers in tight end and 2-3 tight ends.
Well, they might have more good receivers, but
that's what I'm saying. As a
St. Brown and Laporta, I would argue St. Brown and Laporta are better than anything they got.
But you say St. Brown, they're better than Likely and Andrews combined?
Andrews has only done anything against us this year. Likely's pretty good.
Combined, though.
Likely's not that yet. Laporta is a stud.
A Pro Bowler, and Likely who's emerging.
I mean,
Flowers, who's got 100 yards almost in every game. Look at the stats. They has been.
I'm saying that. And I'm taking Amon-Ra St. Brown over him every day of the week, twice on Sunday.
And you're taking Williams, because again, we're going to talk about body of work.
Yes, I love James. Admittedly, I'm totally biased. I absolutely love Jameson Williams.
Now we're doing body of work. Now we're being
no body of work. He doesn't, but I'm saying, as a talent, I freaking love Jameson Williams. And when the Lions took him, I was like, son of a bitch. They're going to have a really good.
Paul, I like Jameson Williams a lot.
I am a Jameson Williams, unabashed Jameson Williams fan, so I'm not the right person to talk to on that.
I do, but I'm just saying. What about you, DH?
I think it's a skewed argument, because the Baltimore Ravens, if you look at the stats, I don't have the number in front of me, but I'm sure they run 21 and 22 personnel a lot. Two backs and 2 tight ends, or 2 backs and 1 tight end. So there's not a lot of times where they got 3 receivers on the field, trying to really stretch the field like that. So in this argument, I think it's Detroit, but only because the personnel groupings that the Ravens won.
And
the Ravens will prefer to run you to death with Patrick Ricard and Derrick Henry leading the way, with Isaiah Likely and Andrews on the field. So with that 22 personnel, man, they might have Zay Flowers out there by himself. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to have too many multiple receiver sets.
I'm definitely taking Lamar over Jared Goff every time. Every time.
I'm just saying that it's not. If folks feel confident, I just use my things that I'm going to feel more confident against Detroit than with Baltimore. That's just me. And I'm not gonna.
That's because of Lamar, in my opinion.
That's just how they run.
If the Ravens ever get to a damn Super Bowl, they're not going to score no 3 stinking points. And that's it.
The same Detroit team that everybody loves, they mollywopped Detroit last year.
That's true.
I'm just saying, like,
You see how our life has transitioned? We smoke a team, and now we're talking about other teams. I love it. We don't even.
That's what I'm saying. Hey,
what else? There is no more analysis.
It's all for the ultimate. DH, all for the ultimate goal. That's why. That's why we do it. It's all for the ultimate goal.
There is no more analysis for us to do against Carolina, man. We moving on to the Bears, bro. There's no more analysis that needs to be done. We're
on to Chicago.
We're moving on, man. Like, I love it here.
Yeah, look at the Detroit offense doesn't put a defense in conflict like the Ravens offense does.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Well, if you want to see a bad group of offense, make sure you turn on the Jets Steelers game tonight, because I'll tell you what,
watch Russ.
It's gonna be stinky.
Yeah, watch Russ. Yeah, Ross.
I'm hoping I'm going to watch Rodgers throw about 3 picks. That's what I hope I'm going to watch.
Man, let me tell you that if you want to talk about bad moves,
oh my God,
I mean they are in shambles, and they are putting all their eggs in the Aaron Rodgers basket.
Agreed.
And the basket has a hole in the bottom.
That is the chokehold of all chokeholds that Rodgers has on them.
You just reset your franchise another 3 seasons because you think Aaron Rodgers is gonna get you a Super Bowl. Not while Patrick Mahomes is on 2 legs.
Yeah. In your same conference,
and you may not even come out of your division.
Facts.
With Jared Allen,
Josh Allen. Just got Amari Cooper. Now he got a weapon. Yeah.
Can we laugh at the Jets when Rodgers leaves and Adams is like, I want out of here? He gets traded again.
Oh, he's definitely not. He's not staying there at all. Like that trade was a joke.
It's a hell of a way for him to wrap his career up, because it's coming to a close very soon, and he's like, I'm just gonna go play with my guy. Okay, go ahead,
bro. Enjoy yourself. All right, bro. Like you better all stay in the Raiders for real. All right, so this is a JV game. Steelers and Jets. Jets and Steelers. 2 bad OCs and 2 over the hill quarterbacks. That is so true. That is so true.
Sadly, I have to agree when it comes to Russell Wilson. Sadly, I have to agree.
This game will be great background noise for whatever you decide to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Got to fold clothes, do some laundry.
I know I got some work, man. I got to do another. Actually, I got to jump on another meeting after this. So I know what? I got to jump on a meeting after this. So we got to end the show.
We got to end it.
We got to end it, man. We got to end it.
Man, Will Lay is the hardest working man in show business right now.
I got a different I got a church meeting, so I got to do some church things.
That's all right.
Yeah. See what I'm saying? So I know I talk reckless, but I can also be spiritual at the same time.
You got to go pray. You got to go pray for Jaden. You know what I'm
saying? Yeah, that's right.
I love it.
Exactly. Hey, before I read my particulars real quick. Hey, DH, tell our viewers how they can catch you on all platforms.
Hey, man, of course, like I said, man, every time I'm here, we appreciate y'all having us here. And by we, I mean
cut that commercial.
We appreciate you having one half of the Breaking Command podcast on today. Of course, my name is Daron DH Williams. DH on the mic on X. Some of y'all may be watching right now on our live feed as well. So I definitely want y'all to follow that. You can go on YouTube, youtube.com/Breaking Command Pod. And also on Twitter. On X rather is Breaking Command is breaking without the vowels. Breaking Command Pod. Follow us for all the action. And of course, like I said, man, we appreciate you having us here, man. We got a new episode dropping this Wednesday, so make sure y'all like, subscribe, share with a friend. Appreciate you.
Oh man, we said one of those this week on to the next week. You know, Deluxe, man. Just when y'all show. Paul wants to know when your show is, man.
Hey, every Wednesday we drop a new episode. Should be about 9-10 a.m. We have tons of episodes in the vault right now with a lot of your DMV local media reporters. So make sure y'all go check that out, man. It's a lot of cool stuff in there, man. Appreciate you, Paul.
All right, Paul, cool dude, man. Cool dude. All right, man. Now, hey, make sure you subscribe to our podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and all other podcast platforms. Just search all Burgundy and Gold. Everything. You're on YouTube right now, so you already know what time it is. That means you already subscribed. But like this video, and if you want to, we got the Urban Sports thing. Go to YouTube and Urban Sports and YouTube channel. Go follow that, and then like a bunch of those videos as well. Just like everything, man. Like all platforms, you got Breaking Command, you got everything. George, you got a platform you want to like too? We
Rams Rewind.
Like the Rams Rewind. We working right now.
College basketball is almost back. Yes.
Yeah. VCU, right? VCU. Yeah, man. If you down with the VCU, you know what I'm saying? The Rams, go ahead. You already know what time it is. Hit that red subscribe button, like it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but also appreciate all y'all for like tuning in. I really do. Like it's always dope to get this type of, you know, feedback. And there's also this dialogue between, you know, because we all fans. We ain't nobody, nothing. We all fans. So he said, Deontay just dropped one. Are you serious?
Hey,
I'm not even watching the game. Oh, dang. See, that's what happens, man. When you do dirt, you get dirt. See what happens, man? God don't like ugly. I ain't gonna hold y'all. Anyway, you've been listening to All Burgundy and Gold, everything powered by the Urban Sports Scene and Fox Sports Radio, 96.9 FM and 1340 AM, Hopewell, Virginia. For ages, you dig? Deuces. We are out.